That was a very dark time in my life. You didn't care if we were high, drunk, gay, or straight. If we stunk to high heaven, etc., you always accepted us.
Compassion has always been part of who you are, and I want to tell you something. I want to tell you that there's a short list of people that have helped shape me and the places that I want to go and inspire me to become a certain kind of person. And you are on that list for me. And I don't know if I've ever said that to you, but I want you to know that.
Well, thank you very much.
You are someone who's really done, and compassion for people is the biggest draw, the biggest thing that you've taught me. And I know that you're part of Transitional Youth, which is an organization that helps foster homeless people that just struggle, and you and your wife Susie have been working with this organization, and in fact you founded this probably 35 years ago. And I think people that know who you are probably know some of that story, but I want to dig deep for a minute. And I'm wondering if there's any stories that you might be able to share about how your compassion for people has shaped their lives inside Transitional Youth.
Yeah, great question, and thank you for asking. And there's too many. There's going to be a lot of neighborhood conversations leading forward, but I did have one that just happened this week.
Oh.
And when I received this, I responded back immediately and said, "You just made my day, you made my week, you made my 30 years with Transitional Youth." But this came from Tasha. She was a young girl on the streets of Portland.
Okay.
And reached out to me.
Yeah.
And she wrote, said, "Sir, I am sure you don't remember me, as I was downtown Portland about 25 years ago. However, I know and remember you. I went to street church often. I want to thank you for everything you did for me and all the street kids. That was a very dark time in my life. You didn't care if we were high, drunk, gay, or straight. If we stunk to high heaven, etc., you always accepted us. You were a blessing to so many young people. Thank you for never giving up on the less fortunate."
Wow. So what's the time frame when Tasha came to Transitional Youth to the time that you received that letter? How many years?
25 years.
25 years. Wow. The compassion that you got, that Transitional Youth bestowed upon her, you could say changed her life.
Another one is a young boy named Jared. And he was on the streets of Vancouver. And one of the first two boys to the ranch up in Yakult. That's interesting too, because that opened that in 2010. It's called the Ritz Family Ranch in Yakult, and I just found out here 11 years later that it's called the Valley of the Lost Children, is what Yakult means.
Really?
The Valley of Lost Children.
Oh my goodness sakes.
So Jared was on the streets, and some of his friends died around him, and he became part of Transitional Youth. Tremendous young man, great artist, play any musical instrument. He was walking through the field one day and saw a dead tree. And he thought, you know, that tree was me. I was dead on the street. He cut that tree down and he built the most gorgeous electric guitar out of that tree.
Wow.
He ended up presenting it to me at our 25th year celebration. He was the keynote speaker and he presented the guitar to me.
So this kid on the street is now a keynote speaker years later.
Yep.
That's an amazing story.
He's now married, lives in Southern California, beautiful wife. He graduated from college, Bible college, and has 3 gorgeous children.
Oh my